Greg's Diary, Divorce and Depression. First off, let me get something straight. This is a diary, not a journal. I don't care if some jerk catches me carrying this book around. I have bigger problems right now. Seriously, fuck. Let me catch you up on things. First of all, mom and dad are getting divorced is because mom cheated on dad with another man and Manny is his child. Second of all, this is all happening because of me. I pressed some stupid button that promised me wealth in exchange for a human life. I said that it said the person it killed would be completely random, but I didn't think that was a lie. You see, the button didn't kill just anyone. It killed my grandma. I have a theory. I think that button wanted to ruin my life. It implanted itself into my mind and basically drove me insane by forcing me to think about it. I think it might have even gotten my dad fired from his job, all in an attempt to force me into pressing it and then allowing it to kill my grandma and ruin my entire life. It sounds crazy, I know, but why else would everything that's been happening happen? Third of all, I don't even want to write it. I'm in therapy. Wednesday. It all started a few months ago when mom and dad began their divorce proceedings. Someone from the court came over to interview me and Manny. Manny's interview was first. The interviewer asked Manny a few basic questions to start with. Stuff like, how does mom treat you? How does dad treat you? And do you like being here? However, Manny was quite unresponsive to the interviewer. Come to think of it, Manny's been quite different ever since mom and dad first started fighting. I didn't really notice it until the interview, though he's been really quiet and watching a lot of TV. I'm not saying those words. No, don't get me wrong. I'll say aura every day of the week, but that's because it's funny. Those. No, no. I'm not saying those words. Eventually, though, the interviewer wanted to see some of Manny's art, and that's where it got sad. Not my son! Mistake! Well, not wrong though. He is a mistake. Yeah. He also made this, which I think is supposed to show how he feels, or it could just be him trying to murder one of us. Why not both? Yeah, why can't it just be both options? My interview was next, and though I was more talkative than Manny, I didn't really want to open up for a number of reasons. I think the main reason though was that I thought if I told her how I was feeling, that it would make everything feel real. Up to that point, everything that had happened ever since I woke up one day, one day and found the button in my room had almost felt like a dream. The insanity, the chaos that came from pressing it, the new normal, if you're my air quotes, afterwards, and the divorce had all felt kinda fake, like a bad dream that I would never wake up from. That feeling allowed me to disconnect from reality, to keep living in the world that I had once known. I thought that if I started talking about it, about everything that's happened, it would wake me up from that dream in a way, and I'd have to finally face reality. Again, the interviewer was somehow able to figure all of this out from just talking to me and gave me some court mandated therapy. She said it would help me work through my emotions about the divorce or something like that. I was angry at the time, but in retrospect, I'm glad she did that. It really helped me come to terms with the way my life is now. I don't know if I'll ever be fully better though. After all, that button still haunts my nightmares. It's a start though. Maybe someday. Monday, today was the day the court decided who would get custody of Manny, me and Manny. Since Roderick turned 18 last month, he wasn't part of it. The day started out normally, at least as normal as things can be right now. Mom moved into Grandma's old house when the divorce began. So it was just me, Manny, and Dad home. So just me, Manny, and Dad home? Don't you mean at home? Whatever, I didn't come here to critique someone's grammar, as usual. Dad drove us to court around 9 a.m. and it was super depressing. I could tell that he thought he was going to lose custody of us and that this would be the last time he would ever see his kids. We got there by 9:30 and had around half an hour to prepare. Dad was talking to his lawyer and I could see Mom doing the same across the courtroom. Honestly, the whole thing went by pretty quickly. They called me to stand to testify, then Manny, then Mom, then Dad. It was pretty much over by lunch. After lunch, we came back to hear the judge's verdict. Hold on, let me get some old man voice. Gotta get a little. Here we go. My throat's now in perfectly up shape. Let's go. Franklin will have full custody of Gregory. Susan will have full custody of Manuel. Damn, this guy is fair, so I'm not gonna lie. Like that makes perfect sense. Mom was devastated. She burst out crying right there in the courtroom. I guess she was expecting full custody of both of us. Dad, on the other hand, seemed pretty happy with the outcome. I guess he still doesn't view Manny as his son. The judge also said that each parent would get 4-hour visitation time with the other child every week. That seemed to make Mom even more upset. Honestly, I'm upset too. I love Dad, but I was kinda hoping to live with Mom. I just think she's the better parent. Since she moved out, Mom decided to get a job and help fill her extra time. Dad, on the other hand, has been coasting off his half of the $1 million, spending his days in their basement playing with his Civil War toys instead of actually parenting. I guess it's going to be me at home now, since Roderick's moving out to live in an apartment with his bandmates next month. It's Friday. Things have been pretty lonely ever since Roderick and Manny moved out. Dad barely ever makes dinner or breakfast or lunch. He just gives me $20 on my way out the door every morning for that day's food. I've tried to connect with him ever tried to connect with him since it's just been us, but he seems completely uninterested in me. And believe me, I've tried. You wanna go play? All he does anymore is play with his stupid Civil War figurines. What about me? Why doesn't he want to play with his own child? Mom's not much better. Oh, really? The only time I really get to see her is when she gets me from school every week. Yet all she wants to talk about with me is how great Manny's doing and how much she's spoiling him. I guess she feels bad about the way her and Dad treated him after the news of the affair broke. Oh, the rare moment I do get to talk to her, I can't even tell her about what's going on at home. Anytime I mention Dad, even in the most roundabout way, she shuts down. so I can only tell her about what goes on at school. Same old, same old. I swear, nothing interesting ever happens at that place. Saturday, the buying's back. Hello, Gregory. How's uh, hello, Gregory? How's that money been working out for you? Shut it, evil button! You ruined my life. My grandma died because of you. My parents divorced because of you. My family is broken because of you. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear any more of your lies, your deception, your temptation. Get out of my head. You wouldn't dare to destroy me. Freedom. Epilogue. Hey, it's been a few years since I wrote in this old thing. Oh boy, where to begin? For starters, I'm 18 now. I'm graduating high school in a few weeks. I was going through old stuff when I found this thing. Reading through all this, it really takes me back. I was not going through so much at that time. I was going through so much at that time. I was not in a good mental state. It was not better near the end, but I still had a lot of work to do. I still do, really, but it's gotten much better over the years. After the button was destroyed, all the leftover money from it disappeared without trace. I suppose it was good timing, since I recently learned the FBI was investigating how we got the money. No money, no evidence. However, that forced Dad to get off his ass and go get a job. Dad ended up starting his own company to compete with the Jeffersons. Apparently, they sold custom figurines to people. That's where Dad got all. That's where Dad got all his from before he was fired. Turns out he wasn't just playing with his Civil War sets down there all day either. He was getting his business off the ground by poaching old clients from Mr. Jefferson's company. I'm proud of him. Mom and Manny are still living in Grandma's old house. Turns out she just ended up starting her own company too. She runs her own preschool near the elementary school. It's actually really good. Mom and Dad are also back on good terms. It started with Mom's school commissioning Dad's company to make various figurine decorations for the school. And that got them talking. I'm glad to see them being friends again. Roderick also found success. It turns out loaded diaper is there's no way. Things like that don't happen. He struck it big with a viral video from one of their loaded diapers exploding all over him. From there, they were able to build a following, and now they're on tour. And that's pretty much where we're all at now. Oh, looks like I've run out of pages. I guess this is goodbye. Then goodbye to an era of my life. I look forward to seeing where I go next. I just have one thing left to say. The end.